Welcome to HattageUnderground, everybody. This is the mighty METABaron.
Karl Kutta, VOICEtheVillain.
I want to welcome everybody to this week's show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Primarily, motherfuckers that be doing not too much. Because at a certain point, you can exceed and go far beyond the reach of too much. As made popularized by D.L. Hughley. We talking about motherfuckers that's doing the most. The absolute most.
All the way to most?
All the way to most.
The most.
This was kind of the most weekend in Detroit.
The most weekend?
I mean, it was a hot weekend, so you know what that means. Like, this was a weekend that solidified any and all niggatry that you saw this weekend is going to be self-evident for the rest of the summer.
Didn't we, was it the Indy race downtown Belle Isle?
Yeah, but that don't concern niggas. Niggas didn't buy the niggas didn't buy the passes to get to Belle Isle.
No. I'm not talking about the actual pass. I'm not talking about the niggas just hung around Jefferson.
Oh well,
that's what I'm talking about.
The nigga strip.
The nigga strip. That's the new Belle Isle.
Jefferson is unequivocally, quote unquote, the nigga strip.
It gotta be. But well, they got rid of niggas hanging out after 9, so you gotta have somewhere to.
They also got rid of niggas smoking weed and drinking at Belle Isle.
That's what made it so great, though.
Oh my god. Can't do that everywhere. They're not gonna allow it.
Why not?
You want to know one place? Well, they say that you're not supposed to drink while driving, you're not supposed to smoke weed, you're not supposed to have sex in your car. So since none of those things since none of those things seem to be welcome at Belle Isle anymore, you want to know where they are welcome, and we can lead right into the show's first topic.
You gonna try to lead into this from that?
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
Where else would underage drinking, sex, drug use, and reckless driving be permissible? And no one will say anything. Prom. Yes, that's right, people.
Prom season.
Prom, aka promise deferred, because this is the best that your monkey ass life is gonna get from here. You think with all the things that were unacceptable in a lot of black homes, don't be coming into my house drunk, don't be coming into my house with no drugs, don't be coming into my house after you done fucked up my car. But it seems for one day, all parental lapses of judgment and fiscal responsibility just seem to be thrown out the window.
Throw that shit out the window.
Gotta get this nigga the fly ass outfit.
We gotta get him a hotel. Like, even when I was in high school, I'm like, parents buying their kids hotels.
Like they know what's going on. They're prepping you for the failure that's to come.
I was just about to say, it's getting you ready to fail for the rest of your adult life.
Now, I do want to preface this.
I'm about to prime my son some pussy by getting them hotels.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't be getting no hoes.
That's so creepy.
Don't be getting no hoes pregnant in my house. Well, it links right up because around the time of prom, you about 18-ish in Detroit. I graduated with some 19 and 20-year-olds.
I was about to say, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so
Nigga, you went to high school with a 16. I mean, middle school with a 16-year-old.
I did.
Nigga drove himself to middle school.
To school.
I do want to say that the Baron's opinions on proms and dances and all that other shit. I've been to a few when I was younger, but as I got older and more disenchanted and disenfranchised with school, y'all want to know where I spent my prom night?
Go.
I spent my prom night on the porch of a house that didn't have lights, and on the north end.
Where the fuck was you at?
Oh man,
on the north end.
Yeah, fucking Highland Park-ish.
Oh man, that's the same.
Highland Park adjacent.
You said HP. You ain't got to explain nothing else.
No lights.
Highland Park looked like that fucking video, that Michael Jackson video when they was doing fucking fucking Thriller. Looked like Thriller.
Really, my home, but like my homecoming that year was a disaster. So I was just like, I'm done with all this fuck shit. I'm like done.
What was your date actually entertaining, or is just the location was bad?
Nah, it's just that I didn't even get to pick my date up. My ride prioritized other shit over me.
Damn.
Yeah. So I had to call my date and let her know, like, yeah, we ain't going nowhere. I had the new kicks, I had the new fit, all that shit.
All ready to go. Where was your prom at?
I think that they had their prom at the Rooster Tail.
Everybody goes to the fucking.
Yeah, everybody went there.
Yeah, I went to the Rooster Tail. My prom. My prom was terrible. My prom, I didn't get to drive. I was pissed about that. So I had to I had to go on a limo, and I shared it with my homeboy and his date. But my date, she was just all over the place. She was drunk. She didn't want to dance, barely. She just was like...
She came drunk?
She was already pre-sauced before
all which was probably permissible within the parents' household.
They gave her a bottle of wine.
We bought like a bottle of Hypnotic.
Oh my God.
Which was big at the time. That
was huge.
That whole summer was Hypnotic and Hennessy to make Incredible
Two
Hulk.
disgusting things.
And that was the first thing that we did when we got left the house. It was like, all right, we're going straight to the liquor store, get everything tight. So we had a driver go to the liquor store, hop out, paid a bum to buy us a drink and all that.
Jesus Christ.
And he come back
with your prom shit on?
With my prom shit on.
Them bums know what's up.
They know what
it is.
And so she got already lifted off of the Hypnotic.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we got to the Rooster Tail, she was just like all over the place.
Did you you had a sauced up chick in high school
were you
bang?
Promiscuous?
Yeah.
Cutter?
There you go.
I had all intentions, but she made this was the fucked up part.
She threw up on the cock. She threw up on
come
the cock.
find out, she came there. She came there with intentions to hook up with a guy that she was involved with.
Oh, you
went to my school.
So you was the revenge dick.
I was like, nope, I wasn't even that. I was just a filler to get to the guy. And so when I got there, she was hanging around me, and then we took pictures, and then she was like, all right, I kind of did my diligence, and she just kind of went all the way around the room, and so I just left her for a while.
In that situation, the fuckery is prominent.
Yeah,
prominent. See, that's about to be a recurring theme of this show.
Yeah, we went to Sweet Georgia Brown, and she pinched the waiter's ass.
It's like you went to prom with a 35-year-old woman.
Nope, she was 1 year older than me. And it was so last minute. Because I didn't even want to go to prom. Because the girl that I had asked, that bitch flaked.
Man.
She's like,
I had a lot of that.
I had a lot of that. I'm all ready. What colors we get?
I think the only disappointing thing about, like I said, that year, because I didn't go to prom. I tried to go to homecoming. Was I was just getting back on decent terms with the old girl. I kind of called her out of the blue and was like, hey, I bought some tickets to homecoming. You feel like rolling? She said, yeah. I already got an outfit. I just had somebody on the block do my hair. I was like, bet. I wanted to get back in contact with this girl anyway, but when that shit fell apart like that, I don't know. I'm weird about plans falling through when I was supposed to have everything set up.
Say fuck it. That's what I do.
I just let it slip. I was just like, yeah, well, won't be talking to her no more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did for prom too. I kind of waited last minute because it was funny because I had a couple propositions early on, and then I was like, I don't want to go with none of these bitches. I had one chick in mind I wanted to go with, and when I asked her, she was like, I already went to prom. I was like, the fuck?
Oh, wow.
She was like, not our prom. Somebody else's prom. So I was like, okay, well, fuck you then. So I tried to go backwards. I tried to okay, so I got 3 other bitches that want to go. Then they was like, nigga, it's a week before prom. I was like, nigga, that ain't how this works. So I was like, fuck it. So I ended up going with myself. But we had a Corvette limo. We tried to stunt. You know what I'm saying? It was me and a bunch of other niggas.
I'm trying to imagine with a Corvette limo. You gotta show me a picture.
I'll show you a picture. Yeah. It was a limo, and it had a Corvette in the front, and the side opened up like a wing. It was sweet.
Our limo was garbage. We had a black and white, old traditional Lincoln fucking Lincoln limo.
Oh, Lincoln limo.
I was going to an 80s prom or some shit.
Like you was going to the Waldorf Astoria.
It was a terrible limo.
All right, Jaffe Lion mink ass niggas.
He was coming to America.
Do people still use limos? I feel like limos.
I don't know.
For proms are
as far as doing the most, I saw a nigga with a camel. So fuck it, why not?
They have a fucking camo limo.
Now you said that y'all had what kind of limo did you have? A Corvette limo.
It was all white because you know how niggas love white.
Yeah.
I had an all white suit on, nigga, looking like a cloud.
Like the cloud. See, was it anything near as ridiculous as, so recently there was a young man whose mother or whose parents, I don't know if he comes from a dual or single parent household, but presumably based on what I'm about to say, I have my suspicions. Young man had a $25,000 prom equipped with 2 dates, a camel, a music video, a Dat Piff mixtape.
Oh, Jesus.
$25,000 for prom.
It sounds like you just making that up as you went along.
How long? Well, no.
It's real, but it's just that's how bad it is. You just
how long did it take for you to in college to spend $25,000?
25,000.
Shit.
Like in
That's
school?
a semester, ain't it?
Yeah.
Nah, that's like, but when we first started.
Oh, when we first started?
Oh, it's different.
Yeah, it was totally different.
Got
when we
like
first started.
5,000 a semester.
Yeah, it was super cheap.
So
So
I could do a whole
4
year,
years.
4 years with 5,000. Back then.
Back then, yeah. When we first
Nowadays, that's
ain't
that's
shit
one
now.
semester.
But at $25K, I'm trying to think for.
Do y'all think that this young man is going to college? Do you think
No.
he has anything set up?
I want to know who his parents are. His parents got to be some balling ass, niggas if they doing all that shit.
I'd agree.
But I feel bad for. I feel kind of like he's going to be set up to believe that anything that he does next has to be big like that.
So the
Super
culture,
Sweet 16.
the culture of doing the most. Oh, don't get me started on that.
I was about to-
Fucking whole
but-
everything, man. That.
But the funny thing about
and Bridezillas, bro.
The funny thing about Super Sweet 16 was like all them kids used to be so turned up for their prom, you know what I'm saying? And then all their friends would be so turned up. I'm like, what y'all niggas turned up about? Why
What
y'all
y'all
so
turn-
happy?
what
Y'all, this ain't y'all shit.
Do you remember what you was doing on your 16th birthday?
Shit, probably beating.
It's an honest response. The panel respects. The panel respects you.
He's like beating my dick.
Shit, I don't know what the fuck
I don't
was doing
remember
on
what I
16th
did on my
birthday.
16th
I
either.
was my 16th birthday was what was that? That was 2000. Oh man, that was the millennium.
I know I had a tall tee on whatever I was doing.
I was probably looking at some stupid shit with my friends at the house eating pizza.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't the case, it was probably
Watching fucking hang up. What the fucking movie came out with Neo and all them?
Oh, Matrix.
Probably watching the Matrix.
Matrix is a good movie.
I actually didn't. I'm probably.
No.
I don't know what I did my 16th birthday. I probably just didn't do shit. I probably got a cake.
You were probably engaged in some black economic mismanagement.
That was the worst transition you have ever done.
Nobody. I wish that they could see his face when he transitioned. This is why season 2 is gonna be even better.
He did his best.
So y'all the listeners can see what we're seeing when he's doing these transitions.
That was a Stretch Armstrong reach.
That was a reach.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's not do that one again.
I mean, I was engaged in some black economic mismanagement.
What did you mismanage?
Some money. My aunt gave me $100, nigga. I went to Sam Goody. That shit was going Monday, bro. My uncle straight up gave me a solid bill too. And I was like, shit, what am I gonna spend this on? Some stupid ass Dragon Ball tapes, CD,
Suncoast.
Suncoast and Sam Goody.
Suncoast and Sam Goody, and I want to say, what else did I spend most of my money at?
Fucking $25 DVDs or something.
I will say this though, Sam
In
Goody.
arcades. I used to go to arcades a lot.
Sam Goody and Suncoast had the speaker systems which was set up. I sold every copy of the Blueprint 2 mixtape that I had on me summer of 2002 before the actual Blueprint 2 CD came out.
Oh, you was doing it big.
Played that bitch in the Sound Goody because I didn't play it. I put it in the hand of one of the clerks and he played it.
That's
and
right.
niggas was walking around the box and bought everyone I had on me. But once again, I tricked all that money off.
I bet.
So
Back then, tricking was buying Starburst and fucking cans of Hawaiian Punch.
and just a bunch of other fuck shit. But you know, like the attempts, like I was the kid that I was selling CDs at a certain point when I got old enough. I was going to the gas station, I was buying cigarettes, and I was selling niggas Lucy's at the bus stop.
God damn.
Oh, you was hustling for real.
But see, I was hustling, but I had no aim and I had no goal. Like I was just trying to get money. I wasn't trying to I was reading.
You weren't trying to recoup on something bigger?
No, it was all hustling to hustle the same shit.
Okay.
And I don't know. It seemed like
that too.
It seemed like a sloppy ass transition,
You
but
ain't
to
move
me,
up to shoes or nothing.
no, because my mind wasn't there. It was all focused on flipping this shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't had no mentor. I literally was mentoring myself. That's around the time where I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I started subscribing to different magazines and shit. But I feel that
higher learning. I didn't know that.
You ain't reading no Zane books.
no, I wasn't. But I feel,
Busting the pussy open books.
But because I didn't go to prom, and I was to me, I wasn't about to go to prom when prom was not included in our senior dues. We had to pay for our own senior trip, and we had to pay for our own prom.
We did too.
We had to pay for our own prom too.
And since I was one of the few students at the school that was working, I was like, nigga, I ain't about to spend $300-400 fucking dollars to dress up and go hang around you clown ass niggas. I hate y'all. I'm trying to fucking leave.
Oh, you?
So I was too busy focused on hustle and stacking money, and like that $300 expenditure outside of the dues that I had to pay just wasn't what was up.
And that's some hoe ass shit anyway. Why do I gotta pay senior dues? This ain't the army. This ain't no real shit. This is school.
I got kicked,
public school.
I got kicked out of senior, like you know how they used to call all the seniors together to meet up and discuss things. Got kicked out of those meetings. The second week of school, they told me to don't ever come back.
Because you was probably talking some real shit.
I asked. I was like, so let me see. Our senior dues $300, and it's 50 of us in here, regardless of it's 52 of us. 50 of us maybe might graduate. 2 of us, man, hey. But if you take $300 and you take 50, what is that? 15,000? Is my math right?
It's close. It's close.
50 times 300.
Don't ask me.
So I was asking niggas. So I started to ask the senior instructors like, what is the $15,000 gonna cover? Mind you, we didn't have mirrors in the bathroom in school. We didn't have a fucking lunch program. We was making our own yearbooks, and I had already priced out all the shit that they was gonna give us in a little swag bag.
Yeah.
The teddy bear, the coffee mug, the pencils, all that. I was like, so at the most, all the shit that we doing for ourselves is probably covering $35 to $50 of the dues.
Right.
What the fuck are y'all? We giving y'all $15,000?
They just making money off y'all.
Yeah.
Because if it's a public school, everybody is just they getting money from the state and
this whole outburst came from me suggesting things that we could do to raise money, because I had money,
just giving them money,
and I was like, we could sell T-shirts, we
bake
have
sale.
a bake
They're
sale.
not trying to hear that.
Nope.
No.
This is the way we've been doing it for 50 years. You ain't gonna just come in here.
My daddy before my daddy been doing it like this.
And to see, this is where
never let you light skinned niggas come in and
fuck it all up.
Fuck it all up.
See, this is where that black economic mismanagement shit comes from. This is what I'm talking about. We touched on it, I think on the last show or the show before last. We was talking about motherfuckers having designer clothes and no life insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Stop buying them $350, $400 belts. That's all I'm gonna say for this year. Stop buying those fucking belts. You look retarded.
You can't tell niggas not to buy belts.
That
you can't tell niggas not to stop spending money on shit that costs way too much.
You can't tell niggas the benefit of owning a gas station or a bodega that make $2,000 a day. They'll look at you that like, see what you simpletons don't understand and out there is, yeah, you busting your ass and you done bought this charger, or I'm sorry, you done got your baby mama to co-sign this charger that you can barely afford to make payments on, and you going to the gas station and you laughing at Ahmed as you speed off to go to your $31,000 a year gig. Ahmed is standing behind the counter that his cousin has entrusted him to manage and is making $60,000 a year, laughing at you.
They don't think that way.
They don't think that. And we talked about that last time. Like, there's not a lot of woke people in the community. There's not a lot of woke niggas.
It's woke niggas that don't want to do nothing. Like, it's woke niggas that ain't gonna put their money together to move in a direction to buy something big.
I can understand that, because why would I waste my time? Because if you, as a person that is woke, I feel like if you're trying to instill this knowledge to somebody else that is unwilling trying to learn, where are we going with this?
And if you woke, you still got. If you woke, you can't be afraid of black people. You know what I'm saying? You can't
unless you become brother polite.
You can't be afraid to spend money with your fellow black person. You know, because what's the point of being woke?
That's the only way you're gonna make it back. What do they say? They say circulates 13 times in the Jewish community before it leaves the community.
It circulates 6 hours in the black community.
6 hours.
Because by the time you cash your check, pay your bills straight out, you get your hair cut, you done.
All that shit going back to white people. You paying, as soon as you pay your rent, you paying rent to a white person or you paying it to DTE.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or your car note, your fucking clothes, you go to the mall, some Jewish mall.
Yeah.
And I mean, just doing the most and being left with the least.
Yeah.
Seems to be a hallmark.
I mean, it's pretty sad, but you know, laughing at niggas is a pastime of mine.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, you can't not laugh at niggas online that's doing the most.
So I got a question for. Go ahead and make your point, because I got a question for you.
Like you got niggas like what's that nigga that shot at Young Dolph allegedly?
Black youngster.
Yeah, you got like black youngster online.
Thousands and thousands of dollars on niggas.
Yeah, you got fucking Young Thug going off on bitches, slapping them with money and shit in airports. You got you got ridiculous rappers doing ridiculous things to people online because they got the money to do it, and niggas be like, oh, he got this much money, let him do it, but it's not fiscally responsible.
That's a great point that you bring up. I want to make a comment before I ask you the question I was going to talk about. You brought up the rappers. I find it hilarious that these rap niggas who slapping bitches, disrespecting people, money, like what that rapper represents in all other already established patriarchal communities is this nigga's a nincompoop, he's a nuisance, he's a parasite, he's a violent thug who mismanages money and doesn't appreciate his own people. Oddly enough, though, in the black community, these are the alphas. These are the premier. Yep. These are the premier specimens. These bottom feeding niggas that make up the lower 30% of the population. Fathers
repopulate
upwards of 70 to 80% of the population. So I got a question for you, villain. Why does it seem within the black community, and I wrestled with this question over the weekend. I saw a couple niggas arguing over it in the fuck shit forums that I frequent.
The fuck shit forums.
I like that. I like all that alliteration. Why does it seem that the bottom 30% of black men father 80% of the community? That's not the question I'm asking. That's the thought note that I want you to ponder. Why does it seem that the women within the black community can choose terribly and recover, but the reverse is impossible? If you are a woman who went to school and got a good job, but somehow found yourself becoming intertwined with a ne'er-do-well, nothing-ass nigga, and you have a kid, and everybody know he ain't shit, and he probably got a kid with a relative of yours or a friend of yours, and for some reason, it's like, girl, you go ahead and persist, and you can still be a strong, independent black woman who don't need no man. But if you a dude that's got everything going for you, you fuck working for somebody else. You own a company, you teach at colleges on the weekend.
You can't get with no broke ass, nothing ass bitch.
And if you happen to get some trollop pregnant, your life is over.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because, sad to say, society doesn't expect too much from women, period. Like, if a woman does anything slightly remarkable, it's be like, oh, a woman did it, so it's great.
Wonder Woman being a 6 equals a 10.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman movie is like a 6 or a 7, and they give it's got a 95-something% on Rotten Tomato. That's just how it is.
Yeah, but I think that's because,
and also because it's DC.
It's DC, yeah. But I think the whole theory is because we just quick to rescue chicks. And we don't have to have a reason.
Somebody will always rescue.
There's always a white knight somewhere.
Like there is no black male equivalent of like a Sierra case, is there?
No, that will never happen.
Like a nigga just trash, and then some woman comes save him.
No, a nigga gets with a trollop, and the trollop sets about ruining his life, and then another black woman comes in and helps him raise the child.
No, because that's not what they were taught.
I don't know. Dwayne Wade.
That's a good one.
Possibly.
That kind of works.
Possibly.
Because she stepped in and fixed that shit.
But...
and he tried to ruin it.
Yeah, I was about to say, he tried to ruin it.
But I think that case was different because he was pursuing her. if I remember.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she just like. It wasn't like she was like, I see him going through something, and that kind of I want to help.
But when she saw him going through something, she didn't run away.
I mean,
she stayed and was like, "All right, I'll try to work through this."
He was
also,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
I was just about to get to that.
That was during the heat.
That was like the heat high note, and it was fucking Dwayne Wade. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But that's just an example. The only person I can really think of.
It's a good one though.
It's close.
I want to say that's a case study worth no. It's not exactly the same situation, but I admire the fact that you was able to so expediently pull it. That was a good one. Because I mean, you know, Sierra's career was cooling down, or it wasn't as hot.
Right.
And like that's why it seems that she got rescued. Sierra's not no regular chick, right. And you know, as much as people want to slander Sierra and shit like that, I hate to use these kind of terminology, but her body count for her to be within that industry, her body count is relatively low.
Yeah.
As far as people we know of.
Yeah, we know.
This is why I hate talking about other people's relationships, because it makes you seem like a pedantic, creepy stalker nigga. Like, why is you obsessed with what they doing?
What you got to do with that shit?
But I mean, the case still stands. Like, they're far and few between is you gonna find if a dude gets a bum deal with a broad. I hate to put it this way, the best you can hope for is that she die, bro.
Damn. Damn.
All right. Kutta, I got a question for you.
Go.
All right. Let's say you making $5 million a year.
That's beautiful.
That's a nice round number.
It's a great number.
And you come across, let's say, a bum bitch, but you see something in her and you like her. Would you entertain that?
$5 million.
$5 million. Like if you already set, because like you already set. You don't even know if she can mess anything up. Like it's like a BAP situation almost. It's a Holly Berry rat.
I wish that y'all could see my face as I look at this nigga villain
I
for
can't
bringing
even
up motherfucking BAPs.
Yeah, he went way back, didn't he? I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't think I could downgrade. If I make $5 million, I'm in a different bracket, right?
Yeah.
And usually, when you in that kind of bracket, you don't do low tier shit anymore.
You don't. But I will say
what
this
if you
though.
not?
I will say this though. Low tier pussy is expensive.
Yeah, but why is that?
Because it's pussy.
But you would think that.
You would think that mistake number
right.
one.
That was my fault. But I'm just saying, for the low tiers, and I'm making $5 million. I don't even think low tier would be on my radar.
It probably wouldn't, but you know what?
I don't know. It's a lot of niggas fucking Instagram bitches right now.
Yeah, high tier pussy is kind of is ridiculously even more so expensive.
But I'm making $5 million. I probably would have an IG.
Yeah, I'm like, you be fucking IG bitches. You be fucking a bitch with 100,000 followers.
You need to find someone that. At that point, $5 million, you have a brand. You got something going that's generating this cash for you.
I got some type of cash flow.
You need to either find someone at your level or better, presumably.
At $5 million a year, you still a C-list celebrity though. Yeah. You ain't.
I'm not. I mean,
A-list is 100 million. B-list is like 15, 20.
But I ain't trying to drink no goat blood and kill no kids in front of no owl statue for no 100 million, nigga.
Yeah, I'm good on that too. Right. I don't know. To answer your question, I guess I don't think I would mess with it. I don't think it would happen. I would either mess with IG models.
That's a bum bitch.
but it would be like high tier IG models.
Okay.
Not like
a bitch with a career.
Be chicks that I would never.
A IG model with a career. A fitness motherfucker.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll
okay.
Work. Yeah.
But the reverse a lot of times just seems inaccessible because of society's expectations of dudes. If you are a man of wealth and prowess, it's expected that you save yourself, no matter how high up or no matter how high up you are as a woman. It's expected that either someone's going to save you or it's not your fault. Hillary didn't lose the election. It wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
It wasn't her fault.
America's
Even though there's
fault.
no one to save her, America didn't save her, so it wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times that line of irresponsible thinking about, well, I know I can fuck up, but let me get rescued. Now, this isn't the case with Sierra because she would have been fine with the money that she's made. But a lot of bitches that are not in Sierra's situation and don't have Sierra's talent are idolizing Sierra or putting her on a precipice. Like, well, for them, it's like, well, I ain't Beyonce, but I can at least be like Sierra.
You know what? I honestly, I have a problem with the idea of Sierra because I'm not a fan of chicks that, you know, did what she did. But
What did she do?
What she? I can't even describe. I can't really describe
Just
it.
try. We
I
can't.
can.
I'm only
I'll let you
asking.
know.
I'm only asking because I don't want to leave you out there with your ass just out the
Yeah,
wind.
I'm not a fan of Sierra because it just seems like she just hops from dude to dude, hops from famous dude to famous dude.
But if you famous,
one thing.
if you famous,
But you don't have to do that.
You,
Yeah,
you
but-
don't. But Brand,
You don't have to do that. And then she got knocked up by Future.
Let's just
He was-
address
What are
the
you
elephant.
doing? I don't care if he was married.
She
Future
was
ain't good.
looking for a come up. Her career was. She seen that her career was over.
She was
basically.
attaching herself to people
and
that
she was
could
trying to
advance
stay
her.
in the industry.
Yeah.
And I think when she got with Future, she was like, "Oh man, this could work. I don't have to do all the things that I need to do. I can have his baby, and I can still kind of be in that limelight."
there is a worse scenario than what she had going on. Cause like for me, I could see this shit. I ain't excusing nothing, but if she's famous, you don't expect her to fuck with other famous dudes if she wants to still be famous.
That's why I say I don't fuck with it, but I can understand. Like I'm not. That's why I say I'm not a fan of it.
So-
but I'm not. What can I say?
I mean, she wanted to keep the lifestyle.
So do you fuck with people rocking Giuseppe's with dirty socks and athlete's foot?
No.
Why not?
Why would I fuck with that?
Because it don't make no sense, do it.
It don't make no sense.
I mean,
Wash your fucking feet, you dirty bitch.
I mean, but I got these Giuseppe's on. Ain't nobody gonna know my feet stank anyway. That's all appearance. That's why
That's niggas.
That's why Cutter was so vehement earlier when he was talking about them $300 and $400 belts. You niggas is sagging anyway.
Stop doing that shit.
What's the point of
What's
the
the
belt?
point? You defeats the point of the belt.
Designer clothes and proper preparations. Niggas looking fly. Niggas looking fresh to death and no life insurance.
I hate that shit. That's what I like. I got into an argument earlier. Well, not today, but a couple days ago about the Gucci store. Dr. Boyce Watkins had put this video up of people standing outside this Gucci store in the mall because they was handing out tickets so you can get in. And he was kind of making fun of them because he'd be like, "Who the fuck stands outside of a store
Waiting in line.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be allowed to spend $300 on some shit that you don't need to spend $300 on." And the nigga I was arguing with was saying, if they got the money, let them do what the fuck they want to do with it, pretty much. And I was like, some niggas, and it's not even black, it wasn't even black people. But I'm just saying,
It was a mixed crowd.
It was a mixed crowd, but I'm honing in on black people. Some niggas need to be told, or to be criticized at least, on their purchases and what the fuck they doing with their life, because how else would they decide, what's right, what's wrong?
I feel when some black people of prominence and stature rise up to the point where their word is worth something and they can tell people that they shouldn't do that because they can offer a reasonable explanation as to why they shouldn't do it and an example of what else that they could do, motherfuckers can and will spend all the money that they want.
Listen, we already starting the race in poverty. Okay, it doesn't behoove the community. I won't even say just black men or women. I'll just say the community needs to understand that you starting out with nothing and your coin seed is your day job. So why would you bite your coin seed to purchase this worthless material that would go out of style within 6 to 8 months? You can't resell it to get back what you
I got
paid for.
a question about this.
Go.
Cutter, when did you become this way? Because you was Mr. Yays and Al Wassam not that long ago.
That was like 10.
That was 10 years ago? Okay.
That's
all right.
been a long time.
I'm glad you changed on that. Because there's a lot of Detroit niggas like that. You know
I think,
what
and I can say what I'm saying from experience, right?
Wisdom is experience earned.
That's
So, 10 years ago, yes, I was the guy going to Somerset, going to buy the Cartier. I used to go in the Cartier store, get Cardis, paying for Alwaysons, lining up other motherfuckers' pockets except my own. Buying the, I had my Timberlands always on deck. Crisps. I have every new pair of Jordans that was coming out at the time. I've been through that phase, but I the longest I remember of me actually keeping anything is short. Then,
I think Kutta at a certain point realized, like, man, like when your car is nicer than your house, and then you realize that your car ain't yours, it's a rental.
It's a rental.
It's the mindset that you come to with like these trinkets. Neely Fuller, if anybody's out there is familiar with Neely Fuller made a dog-ass analogy about the Spreewells. He called them Zapsters. He was like, well, you could take any old product that somebody got just laying around in abundance, and I'm paraphrasing him because I can't say everything that he said. The motherfucker's too crisp.
Right.
You got a bunch of shit that somebody's got laying around, and the guy says, hey, I got to get rid of these. I need your help in helping me sell them. Yeah, well, I can see about that. So you just market them to black people. Hey, you seen them Zapsters? Well, what's a Zapster? Oh, it's just the newest thing, man. You ain't nothing if you ain't got one.
Right, just make it hip.
You put it like that, now you got people buying these Zapsters, and then what do you do to help further people wanting to get the Zapsters?
Like Jay-Z.
You get a celebrity endorsement, and somebody has to die over them.
Niggas love celebrities.
Niggas love death.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody die over them bitches, that's when you know they gotta have them. And what's the point in driving a Charger? But what's the point? Let's see, and we always say Charger, but that ain't the only kind of car.
No, but that's the most driving nigga car right now.
It used to be like Cutlass.
It used to be Cutlass, Capris, Impalas.
That's what.
But now the new Impalas are Chargers and Challengers.
Challengers. Niggas driving Challengers and staying in studios with rusty pipe water.
Sure, y'all have 4 niggas in a. You got 3 niggas shacking up in a studio apartment, so you can go out every fucking weekend.
But it's downtown though.
Gotta look fresh for the hoes.
You know what? I have a hate love about downtown because
Cut about to blow up.
How do you keep clean clothes in a dirty house?
Where is this going?
I'm just saying, niggas be stepping out the crib fresh to death, and they always want to go to the girl's house, and the bitch house ain't clean. She's sleeping on an air mattress in the basement with Cheeto bags and clothes hangers laying all around the bed.
And clothes hangers.
she BPing it up on the weekends.
All them shots.
Baby seats.
God damn it.
This is a horrible visual, and I want to stop.
I just don't like. I guess
Dylan was about to make a
downtown
super ugly analogy.
Downtown is just ruined. Okay, it's ruined.
What do you mean by ruined?
It's ruined because of the mindset that we talk about. Like even before downtown got fixed up, downtown represented the fact that you got this desolation, and niggas is just out here just shining, new cars.
But they thinking that they could coexist with that lifestyle.
It's not for you.
It's
like
not
niggas
for
need
you.
to understand a lot of shit is not for them.
Like Riverwalk, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the Riverwalk. It's an alternative. However, niggas going down here and getting distracted at the Riverwalk. I think that shit was created to keep niggas in line. Because it's all distraction. Because it's like, okay, if y'all can go a neutral place, ride your bikes, play music and shit, and somehow, don't interrupt the real shit that's going on, which is the brick and mortar businesses, the contracts, the zoning.
Yeah, like they always distract niggas with fun. Niggas like you do some fun shit, spend some money, drink.
I walked down there. Me and my girl walked down there, and we were walking through where Cadillac Square and all that stuff, where the niggas got basketball courts and fucking swings, and I'm like, that shit don't make no fucking sense.
I was working right there. Like I literally.
Why are we fucking swinging and playing basketball?
Because
niggas like fun shit.
Focus on trinkets and snacks aka weed and liquor, trinkets being your jewelry, your cars, your clothes, staying at your parents' house. And like, I ain't even talking about staying at your parents' house in regards to you and your parents is putting money up, like, because we have foreigners that stay at home till like 40, 30 till they get married, right? But everybody in the house is contributing towards something, right? The parents ain't just taking the rent money and tricking off.
They make black people frown upon that.
Because the nigga culture, and I was about to say something about Kutta. Kutta made a comment earlier about the black community. I personally feel that there is no black community. There are neighborhoods that black people live in, but there's no community.
Yeah, we own shit. But just like
we don't want to talk to each other.
I'm gonna quote the great philosopher Ving Rhames: "It's guns and butter." Niggas is not focused on. They focused on the butter, not the guns.
Because with the gun, one gun, you can have as much butter as you want. You ain't taking nobody's motherfucking gun with no butter.
Throw some butter at that nigga. Hope that nigga fall down some stuff.
Like I said, the emphasis on trinkets, snacks, and lack of responsibility help to foster the second and third childhood. Now, everybody heard of the second childhood from the nostalgia point, from the Nas standpoint. Second childhood is the 20s. Third childhood is the 30s. So if you manage to escape any and all responsibility in your 20s, you ain't had no kids, you ain't got no life-changing STDs, and none of the other fuck shit, a lot of people that don't feel that they need to be fiscally responsible, their 30s are about to be an extension of the 20s.
You know why people go through a second and third childhood? It's because they haven't lived life the first time. You know what I'm saying? Because
I think it's because they don't know how to live.
Because they didn't have the resources and financial ability and none of that shit to actually live the life that they wanted to live early on. So now they got a little bit more affluence and now they want to live life a little better. But they still want to live the life of a fucking 18-year-old.
But it's the parents too.
Yeah, if kids raise you, you're gonna have a childlike mentality.
Yeah. I think that's why it's important when you do have children and not fucking having babies just to have babies.
Because there's a big difference between having a baby and having a child.
Just like niggas on Facebook, 30 years old, still talking about I ain't wearing no condom.
That's a whole nother. We talked about that.
That's fucking ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but niggas
this whole eating ass and beating raw culture is gonna be the death of niggas, dog.
Some of these niggas.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's really the big problem is.
No, you want to know why I said eating ass shit is a problem?
Go.
Because niggas already don't have good hygiene.
I saw some shit. Dirty ass and dirty house.
I saw some shit the other day. Now they got lace shorts for niggas.
I saw that.
And everybody's like, y'all need to stop shaming niggas because you uncomfortable with your sex. Bitch, this ain't about sexuality. These niggas don't change drawers every day and don't wash up. Why the fuck do you want to see a nigga in lace shorts with dirty drawers? See, this whole culture that niggas are now embracing. Y'all think that it's sweet.
You gotta be some clean hoes at least.
Nah. You ain't even gotta do that.
Like hoes back in the day used to be the cleanest motherfuckers in the world because they knew the shit they was doing was dirty. So they come home.
No, I disagree. I think there was some dusty hoes.
I done seen some clean hoes, and they keep the house clean and everything.
I know what Villain's talking about. Hoes had there was a certain standard among hoes, and a lot of hoes didn't mingle with streetwalkers and bitches that didn't keep themselves up. Yeah. You didn't have decent hoes hanging with messy hoes. Clean hoes didn't mingle and mix with dirty and trifling hoes. As a matter of fact, the whole "you trifling hoe," that whole slur typically came out of the mouth of an upstanding hoe. Like, right. You can't tell me what to do because I keep my husband happy. I have a home. Mm-hmm. My kids are all fed and educated, blah, blah, blah. But see, parents don't value and appreciate the education that your child is getting.
No.
And because they don't appreciate it because they're not educated. No. An uneducated person cannot appreciate education. And it sounds ridiculous for me to make this analogy or to make this comparison.
It's the truth because like motherfuckers be like, I'm the first person to ever graduate from college in my whole family.
Good for you, motherfucker.
Niggas are obsessed with that. I think that niggas are always gonna come in last place because they're obsessed with firsts.
Yeah.
First don't always mean winning. Because it's plenty of niggas after the first that was doing it big. Fucking
Michael Jordan wasn't the first basketball player to ever live.
Nope. But I mean, everybody
only celebrate garbage, and I think
culturally, because we don't have a culture. I always bring it up. Black culture.
Well, it's because we were slaves.
Black culture, we were. Like to acknowledge.
I still feel that we slaves.
I agree. That's why. That's literally why I was saying.
That's a problem.
I still feel that we slaves, and I feel
but we don't have to be.
No, but
that's the problem.
We don't have to.
All
But
that is the problem. Like
we're in a prison with no bars.
If you gonna revel in your suffering and your slavery, either get over it or embrace it fully, like the Jewish people do. That's it. Yeah. You don't have any in between.
They truly own their suffering to the point where it is their suffering is used for cultural enrichment and is weaponized. You can never use that shit against them. Like you could never win the high ground of insensitivity by shaming a person of Jewish descent with the Holocaust. Like if you
take pride in that shit.
If you say anything about the Holocaust was 60 years ago, get over it. Rightfully, they gonna get mad as fuck, and they gonna have some people come holler at you. Meanwhile, you got niggas advocating y'all niggas should be happy that they put us in chains and raped us, because if not, we'd be in Africa with a bone in our nose and a spear in our hand.
See, like that's what I said. Like
Uncle Ruckus ass niggas,
Pastor Manning.
Oh my God, I hate them type niggas.
Anyway, man.
Yo, you should be happy that master gave you some dignified job and some skills.
I say if you gonna do the most in the right direction.
Niggas love expensive dates and cheap thrills. Niggas love the whole notion of being larger than life, but not living at all.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw the article that's been. I can't say it's gone viral because it's old logic. Like I've seen two stories. The one chick that's getting at girls being mad at niggas for taking them to Red Lobster for a first date. Like Red Lobster is quality seafood. It's not.
No.
But a nigga, you gonna eat all them damn shrimp.
Versus,
it's just like Benihana. They're like, oh yeah, you go to Benihana and it's like
fuck Benihana.
5-star, and that's where all the guys take the real gals.
Yeah,
that's just some Chrysler shit.
I hate that
Chrysler shit.
You Chrysler ass niggas.
Versus like hanging with a chick going somewhere, and I saw a nigga talk about he took a broad to Sonic. Okay. She ain't never been to Sonic, and he was like just pulling to the drive-through.
Got her some ocean water.
She grabbed him by the wrist. Was like, no, I don't want drive-through. I actually want to sit here and pull up.
Beautiful.
So they sat there, pulled up, had the food brought out to them. My man's pulled up a fucking video on Netflix, and they literally sat there for like 4 hours.
That sounds like a great first date.
That's a great first date. But niggas don't have personalities. I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like a lot of Chrysler niggas and let's go there. All these
I think it's safe to say that when he says Chrysler, he talking about his Ford and GM niggas.
I'm talking about these big three niggas.
Came from your soul.
All these big three niggas. Casino niggas, I call them big threes too. All them casino niggas, they don't have personalities, and so what they do is they try to mask they personalities with money.
And before any of y'all whole ass niggas out there start hating,
wonder why they chicks get boned.
Niggas out there, before you niggas out there start trying to pull up y'all knives and aiming y'all motherfucking weaponry at Kutta has been in both environments.
I've been in both, but I feel like my personality, no matter, because I've been through the best situations, I've had better hands, I've had worse hands, but the only thing that kept me different from everybody else was I knew how to talk.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Because I grew up where it's either fuck or walk, right? Trial by fire. Mm-hmm. See, you couldn't just go and think pussy was gonna come to you. You had to go talk to about 10 women a day.
Yeah. That's
They don't do that no more.
You had to embrace.
You ain't got to leave your house to talk to 10
You had to embrace rejection. But I mean, it's more
like FaceTime.
Yeah, you ain't got to do shit.
Men don't go through that anymore. I feel like dudes don't. The numbers game is totally different.
Niggas approach dating like women do now. And technology has made it easier.
And I got money. So what does that buy me?
I got money and I eat ass. I got money and I eat ass.
I saw a guy, and I hate that this happens.
This is a great rant. So go ahead.
These Chrysler motherfuckers.
Go ahead.
They wear they fucking flare. They wear they fucking jackets.
Like it's military shit.
I even seen a nigga pull out his work ID in front of a bitch so he can talk. At bar 7. I was at bar 7.
So my question to you is, question to you now is, did that nigga get on when she put out the ID?
No. No, he didn't even win. That was the crazy part.
She has some morals.
No,
She's probably waiting for another Chrysler nigga.
I was just about to say.
I want a manager.
Now I've seen
I want a foreman.
Look, now I've seen it work. I've seen a guy come in with the jacket and all the chicks start sitting by him.
She pulled up that nigga pace.
She wasn't even talking the whole time. I was just sitting there eating and watching the game at Starters. I was at Starters.
Peeping all this shit.
And I'm just, casually watching the game, having a brew. And the guy pull up and he put his jacket, like, he purposely positioned himself so that you could see him when you walked in.
His armor.
And so the chick wasn't saying nothing the whole time. He sat there. She all live now. She's lively. She's talking, engaging, and laughing about shit that ain't funny. What else you do? And she all giggling.
She got a prospect.
And it worked for him. But he didn't do nothing.
This is great.
But I mean, a lot of niggas, if you can't pull no broads with lint in your pocket, you technically can't pull them at all. Yeah. Anything else that you got, all of the accoutrements of your celebrity, your wealth, you being a white man, all that helps. And I want to bring that full circle to the last topic of conversation for the show.
Oh, being a white man.
That's how you gonna pull it.
Having no fucking personality, being whack. And still fucking hoes and thinking that it means something. And this is where we come to the head house nigga in charge, aka one William Maher.
You can't say,
affectionately known to the rest of you motherfuckers out there as Bill Maher. The weed smoking, black thought fucking,
I
insecure.
actually think that was hard. That he went and said what he was supposed to. He said
that wasn't the hard thing. The hard thing was the audience being uncomfortable and groaning, and that motherfucker going.
You know what? I don't know if I have a problem with what he did.
I don't have a problem with him
because it kind of reminded me of what
Michael Richards.
Well, no, Michael Richards was trash.
Why was he? Or was it trash because it was trash, or because it just wasn't funny?
It was trash because if he knew he was taped, he wouldn't have did that.
He would have did it. It wasn't funny. See, I've analyzed the Michael Richards situation in and out, and he was delivering those jokes like he meant for them to be heard. It just, the bit wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. Like if it was funny, he could have got away with it. Just like Louis C.K. Like Louis C.K. does the same thing that Bill Maher did, but he's hilarious. So it doesn't matter.
I don't like the way Louis C.K. uses it because sometimes it ain't funny to me.
Okay.
Like I feel like when he said
too overdoing it is not funny.
Yeah. Like the first time he might did okay, but now it's becoming like his crutch. That's his.
Oh man, stick. I'm running out of material. Nigger.
Can I get a laugh off of
nigger? Get a laugh? Somebody say
nigger. But I have a problem with Bill Maher. I have a problem with Bill Maher as a whole, but I didn't necessarily have a problem with what he did.
Yeah. Nah. I thought that was hard that he did
house
that.
Nigger? He did it like he didn't give a
because
fuck.
But mind you, fuck his lifestyle because I know he bangs with black chicks.
No, but see that's his whole thing. Is I listen to rap, I smoke weed, and I have sex with black chicks. I'm cool with black people, but he's uncomfortable around black men that assert themselves. Like Bill Maher does not like assertive black men. He says that he does, but if he did, then he wouldn't make fun of the ones that didn't fall in line. Like I remember him catching heat a couple years ago where he was like, he wanted to say nigger then, but he said the hard ER nigger. He's
Yeah.
on my
Didn't he
house
say
nigga.
you heard this time?
He said, but he didn't
yeah.
say it about Obama. He was like, I wish that president. I feel kind of cheated. Our first black president wasn't kind of, Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I got a problem with him as a whole. Because just that type of guy, he's just the most swarmy ass white guy that just tries to do shit that he can't do.
He always wanted to be cool.
But I mean,
I think that's like, especially with the brothers.
He got a team of like 20, 30 writers, so his shit's always gonna be crispy.
They gotta always filter.
Just wait till we get 20, 30 writers, and then we're gonna see what you motherfuckers got to say.
Ain't no 20 motherfuckers.
It's gonna be full. Right? They're gonna be like, man, we writing for these 3 niggas. Right. They gonna probably give us maybe 1 or 2 interns, and we probably end up doing most of the stuff.
Well, shit,
I'm the writer. Fuck them.
We can expect Wayne Brady to want to shoot the fade with that nigga soon.
Yeah.
I want to say that's shawarma. Y'all got anything else?
That's Gucci for me. I done went on my plant rap.
That was great. That was a great cut of rant. I like that.
Oh man, season finale is coming up. We got some good stuff for y'all coming down the pike. Please stay tuned.
Yes.
As always, want to thank y'all for coming out and listening to the madness. Like, share, and subscribe, and click that little bell button next to the channel subscription button. And as always, until next time, this is the mighty MetaBaron,
Karl Kutta,
VOICEtheVillain,
and we are out.